Good, happy Sunday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Politics with Riley King. Let's begin. Russia denies visa to Shaheen ahead of trip. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Charisse LeClaire. Looks like we're having a little technical difficulties with the video. Please hold on. Sorry about that, everyone.
Russian diplomats responding to a now canceled trip to their country by U.S. senators, saying, quote, "We have repeatedly offered to Washington to renounce sanctions as a detrimental method of conducting policy. Harm set, harm get." Shaheen's office says the senator was prepared to travel to Germany, Ukraine, and Russia, departing on January 11th with Republican Senate colleagues Ron Johnson and John Barrasso. The congressional delegation had planned to meet with civil groups in Russia, as well as what they call the next generation of Russian leaders and current officials, to talk about the future of U.S.-Russia relations. Russian embassy officials tweeting out this statement, in part saying they issued visas to all members of the delegation except Senator Jean Shaheen, who was in the Russian blacklist. Political analysts say the move is not entirely surprising, given Shaheen's record on Russia.
Jean Shaheen has been very vocal in supporting the sanctions. She's on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, as are the other two Republican senators who are going to go along to Russia. And so she's pushed very hard for both this and also the election investigation on Russia. So not a big surprise to me.
Shaheen's office says while they're discouraged by the development, they say it won't stop the senator from working to hold the Russian government accountable for its actions that go against international norms and against the Russian people. And Russian embassy officials went on to say they tried to reach an agreement to issue visas to parliamentarians on the blacklists on a reciprocal basis, but say that idea was rejected. Live in the studio, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Looking back at Governor Chris Sununus' first year in office. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Adam Sexton. Little technical difficulties with this video as well. Sorry about that, everyone.
I, Chris Sununus.
Remember, we talked about this.
State your name.
You practiced, remember?
I know.
He's the youngest governor in America, and he isn't afraid to have a little fun on the job, whether he's blowing ceremonial horns or drag racing school buses with the governor of Vermont.
I think we won that one.
Chris Sununus walked into the State House already somewhat familiar with the job. His father served 3 terms in the corner office in the 1980s and was never one to shy away from a political fight.
I remember your daddy was a politician. I'm the new and improved version. You never get anything by raising your voice and threatening and yelling. Open, positive, listening. And that's how you get things done.
That approach helped him extricate the Republican-controlled legislature from a budget standoff in June. He strengthened his conservative credentials, signing off on bills other governors previously vetoed: concealed carry, school vouchers, fetal homicide. But he also showed an independent streak, winning a signature legislative victory on funding for full-day kindergarten.
Now is the time to do it.
Sununus has also overseen state disaster responses after severe storms in the summer and fall, and he spearheaded an effort to send aid to hurricane-stricken Puerto Rico. While his favorability ratings are high, Democrats are eager to oppose his re-election. Party Chair Ray Buckley saying, quote, "Governor Sununus' first year has been defined by his attempt to seem agreeable while pushing a radical agenda. With a smile, he signed $100 million in tax cuts for the wealthiest 3% of corporations, backed voter suppression legislation based on a Trump lie, and gave himself a $22,000 raise." That political link being drawn between Sununus and President Donald Trump is likely to be a big campaign issue in 2018.
And Governor Sununus is, of course, running for re-election. According to the latest filings, he's raised about $400,000 and has about $100,000 in the bank heading into next year. Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Diapers, jaywalking, and Barack Obama Day. Laws for the new year. When the clock strikes midnight, calendars won't be the only things changing. A series of new state and city laws will also make their debut in the new year. From requiring one diaper changing station to the celebration of Barack Obama Day, here's a look at some of 2018's most interesting new local laws. Here's California's. Illinois. Oregon, Texas, and those are the new laws in some of the states. And that does it for Politics with Riley King. I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Politics with Riley King on the last Sunday in last 2017 day. And I'll see you back here next Sunday in 2018 for another edition of Politics with Riley King. I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's Eve, everyone, and a wonderful New Year's Day. See you back here next Sunday. Bye, everyone.